Hey, it's God's Comic Brad Stine. You know, let me ask you something, parents. Are you still singing the ABC song to your kids? Stop! Don't you realize it's indoctrination into the PC fascist world? Oh, when I get done with you, and you're going to be minding your P's and Q's. That is, if the alphabet hasn't already taken over the world. Hey guys, it's God's Comic Brad Stine, and if you're already a fan, you know this, but if you just got started on my show, you may not have picked up on the fact that I despise political correctness. Now, those of us on the Annihilate PC Before It Kills Us campaign become so trained in its intricacies that we see elements of it everywhere. One of the earliest forms of PC by those of us who are sophisticated enough to discern it was the letter X. If you think about it, the letter X never needed to exist. Once it was invented and tried out for a while, it was obvious that the letter was just there for a handout. If X were a political ideology, it would be socialist. Why? Well, the only two sounds X makes are sounds already made by other letters. The X sound combines a soft E with a K plus an S, so that exit actually should be spelled exit, thus saving us one more letter to memorize and getting greater value out of the far more useful letters, which were already there, which is good for the environment and cuts down on greenhouse gases. Don't be fooled. X was well aware of its uselessness, which became abundantly clear after the last letter Z was introduced. Suddenly, out of the blue, X decided it wanted to sound like that too. So now if you have a word like xylophone, let's spell it xylophone, which just goes to show you what pathetic ends X will go to appear to be valuable by leeching off of another. Of course, anyone arguing with this absurd, well, yeah, but who are we to tell X what he, she, or Z can sound like concept, would be immediately branded a letterophobe and sued for X amount of dollars, which is where we get the concept of X suddenly representing any and every letter or number, which is what happens when we let the least efficient oppress the most efficient in the name of tolerance. You see, PC teaches us that you no longer have to persuade the majority to agree with your position, which is kind of democracy, but you only have to yell and scream a lot about others being intolerant and mean-spirited and hurting your feelings and emotions and self-esteem and giving you a tummy ache. If you know what this is, it's called the snowflake dance. The reason X exists is because someone wasn't courageous enough to stand alone and shout to the world, hey everybody, X is naked. What we don't need is the other letters standing up and deciding that they will no longer be trapped in the box society has made for them. If X can sound like Z for no reason, then why can't Z say that every time you go to the dentist, they give you a Z-ray, which you can make a copy of on the Xerox machine or make that a Xerox. Nothing changes in society until people stand up for what is right and true, regardless of the consequences from the fascist PC elites and their religion of dominance by extortion. Follow me, folks. Heck, I'll lead the charge. When I see a letter acting up and using other letter sounds, well, I'll be the first to lend you a hand and fight off this evil advance. Huh. And don't even get me started on the vowels. A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Sometimes Y? Doesn't sound very inclusive, doesn't it? This is God's Comic, Brad Stine. Remember, PC free is liberty. Join the movement. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? The way I exclaimed some extrinsic value of my exterior. There X goes again, jumping in where he don't belong. If you're tired of him and you want to put him in a dungeon, I'll tell you how you do it. Like and subscribe to my channel. We'll lock X down. And hit the notification bell. That way every time he's being tortured, you'll know. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. Watch one of these videos. It'll calm you down. And then hit the X button.